Hello, good morning, and welcome to a beautiful day. It's a Monday. Today is Monday, the 18th day of May in 2020. We're still up ahead and we're counting the days. Today is a day for you to go out there and make money. Today is a day for you to go out there and be productive. Today is a day for you to go out there and say to yourself that no matter what the challenge is, you will definitely sail through. Good morning once again, and welcome to A.M Ghana here on your favorite television station, Adoatv Television. Let me say good morning to the President, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Vice, His Excellency Muhammadu Bawumia, and to all the substantive ministers who are doing their best for the country. Let me say good morning to the Lord Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Accra, Right Reverend D.S.M. Tortu. And a happy belated birthday to you, my brother, Mr. Daniel Olamte, head of technical, who also has lost his dad some days before his birthday. May the Lord be with you. If you're watching us, you can also join us in case you're leaving your homes on Facebook. It is Adoatv Ghana. This show is proudly brought to you by Migo Purified Water, Migo and Seal Akono, Blue City Fashion Makers, and Borges Olive Oil, the best way to cook and the best oil for all your healthy cooking is the Borges Olive Oil. Not forgetting Yaxin Herbal base. Get Yaxin mixture for all your feverishness or other ailments that you may have, especially malaria as well. Today on the show, we're promising you nothing but the best. We'll have two aspiring members of parliament from the two major political parties in the country, the NDC and the NPP. I won't bust your bubbles just yet. Later on in the show, I'll tell you the names of my guests. Good morning to you, Angel Ba, watching all the way from Korongo, my #1 fan. God bless you for keeping me up to date and making sure that you tune in to Adoatv. And a lovely good morning to all of you once again. We'll go for a quick turnaround. We'll come right back and head straight into the newspapers. We'll see what's trending in our country.
Ago, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it, and wash your hands with soap and the running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868, or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and the running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Ya brand malaria near would you be prepay? Hey, that's in mix and near ocean one what you are. I'm young red. Wapas, chicken one. That's in Mr. That's in Mr. That's in Mr. So and Fania grow. I want to know. No, malaria and quadia, no me yakse mixer. na betia si kinken
Mom enye ma oba no fafu oba o ma bofra no fo abofra wo ni mfie du mienu eno madri Jackson Herbal Mixture uni size
John, who fini you? Wow, Eddie, what boy juma. I check a roofina, or you fell one cassa from Asatec. Oh, na same roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catch you? Asatec roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chey and rinache. They want to call us a hood of a fair bray. No free roofing sheet, no dear. Who hear that will be out? Now, so the bodan swa a zero supampe. What means which rum send your open roofing sheet? No, you try the salmon pepe. Mama poor Asatec when you're there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers and so on your on-site installation. Ne boss crowd dafon pa. Oh yes, quality and nebo dafemine. Asatec 5 days pay na musa kan order. Na a year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatec Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatec Watakrade Anaji, Yeni Princeland Hotel and Edition, and a Volta Region, Yawo Akachi South District Assembly Kwainoswa.
Super na wanya pomuden se wo benum nso a hwe hu ni se eye mega purified mineral water eye nso a yetu ni baby pa asaso ni so se kroje se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a wo see you manum nso pa mega mineral water de edanso esan se the modern technology so na aye ede na nkabia ni atri mega purified mineral water bacteria na mhen wa bewrem eye very hygienic obia di one dance mega mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles mu na wani bosua na wokon donsio wo benya mega purified mineral water to baby a to phone call dodo wa amount for tipa junction and afre 05070554009 and 055392108 mega purified mineral water akona kono.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Borges extra virgin olive oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges classic olive oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your grills. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges olive oil.
Borges olive oil, the very best always.
Gatling got away brilliantly and he's ahead of the field at the moment and Bolt going very near. Comes Usain Bolt! And the Blazers win the series!
Join me, Samuel Kusi Apia, every Monday at 8 p.m. on Adoatv as I bring you good things from the world of sports.
One peswa ho no mono eho etisenye brodon so ho awoten eho so etisenye o memuna nkasa woten no
ɔhɔ so ɛte sɛn eni nsɛm bi diko nsɛm bi editie timemufo ɛte pentekwato santene kɔto aba wɔ hwɛ ne mo kwan sɛ aka kendifo a obeyi wɔn ebetumi aboa ama ɔman no etumi etumpɔn eso akendifo ebegidwa no ɛtena so a na akyɛsɛ sɛbia ɔso timemufo to a wotua no wɔde wasa wɔn srem nsɛm bi diko nsɛm bi editie we intine ho behia sɛ memeng de biada wɔbra bɔ nonkron ɛwɔ wodɔn no so sei ken woni me ebedi ehia ɛwɔ Adoatv kasafidie so wɔbra yɛ to nsa afra manyofo a wodɔ manyosɛm akɔtene wɔn abiahye wonim di ankasa ɛtwetwe nkɔmɔ wɔbra yɛ to nsa afra mmahye bedwem ni no mesini crash wɔ hɔnom yɛbɛtoto nano na akyɛsɛn sɛma edika editie no yɛatoto ho srɛ ɛne abasa ɛwɔ kasafidie ɛso me a metine dwem edi dwumedi ho kyia me edi amede soɔ ɛne political baby face.
Take a dose of positivity with you when you go out. Welcome back from the break. You're watching A.M Ghana on Adoatv. My name is Reginald Adi, and I'm joined in by my able colleagues. Good morning, brother, sister. How are you doing?
We're doing well.
Fine.
All right. Cases have, remained in the 5,000s, yes, but we stand at about 5,735 with about 1,754 recoveries. We are doing well, aren't we?
We are. Over the weekend, I was having a conversation with someone concerning the numbers so far, and we saw a jump from the 3 digits into the thousands, and people were complaining. Some people had issues with we getting to 1,000 as a country. Recoveries we had recorded were over 1,000, and the person was asking me that what is our problem? At first, we were not there. We were saying, what is it that we are not doing and people are not recovering? Now the numbers have increased to 5,000 plus. The recovery rate has also gone up, and people still have questions to ask. Speaking to some health professionals in hospitals, certain hospitals dealing with COVID-19, they tell you that most of the people who come in do not have any underlying issues, and so they are able to go by the routine they give to them by exercising and making sure they eat well, and then treating them by the symptoms they have. And so that is what has been going on. And so the recovery of each person depends on how fast the immune system of the body is and how strong it is, and then how fast they're able to fight some of these diseases when it comes their way. And so I think we are doing well. At least the numbers we are seeing that if we add up, let's say about 50 or even any numbers at all, of course, we'll still have some recoveries done. Of course, we'll also record some deaths as well.
Right. We'll record some deaths as well. It's unfortunate. This morning, there is a record that a nurse who was leading fight against COVID-19 in Takwa has lost her life. And we pray for her dear soul. She has fought, and she has fought well. To all the frontliners and to all the nurses who are fighting, continuously fight, make sure that the country is free of COVID-19, giving optimum care to COVID-19 patients. May God grant you the strength to go through these trying times. We are sincerely grateful, and your hard work cannot be repaid. Reginald.
Reginald.
Right. I think you have something to say. Definitely.
No, I was expecting to go.
Right. What do you think might have accounted for the astronomical increase in recovered cases? Because then it was in the 3 figures. All of a sudden, about 700 more recoveries, and we are here 1,700.
That first of all should tell you the amount of work that is being chunked into the recovery processes. Then secondly, over the week, there's an issue of hope that has been raised, that the situation in Ghana does not speak of hope anymore, because at the end of the day, we were at a point where having just a 10% margin of recoveries, as we just opposed the recovery cases versus confirmed cases in Ghana, it went at a point, it dovetailed down to less than 10% until it got a bit more than 10%, 11% thereabout. But it going to the thousands is one way or the other, like I stated, to affirm the level of work that is going into seeing that people that have tested positive go through the recoveries gradually. I think that any health worker out there, like even on a regular day, doctors would not want him to come. You come to the patient to the hospital, and the patient comes to die at their hands because they have a lot of writings they would have to do to confirm what led to the death of that particular patient. And these are situations whereby we want to use a world PR, I'm calling it advisedly, quote unquote, the people that are dying as a result of COVID-19 is because of underlying health factors that are having. That is why people were challenging this thing and calling for autopsy at the beginning of the day, which it looked like about 3 weeks ago, the Ghana Medical Association took it up and said that the bodies of these people need to go through that autopsy and find out what exactly killed them. Because we were here and the president made a comment that the people that are dying are not COVID-19 death, but because of underlying things, which we challenge it in a way that if I'm having asthma and I die as a result of asthma and not COVID-19, COVID-19 has quickened my pace of dying. Right. So we shouldn't have it because of the underlying factor that I am having. If I was in the house and probably I've not had COVID-19, maybe the asthma would have made me linger on a bit longer than COVID-19 has whisked me off. So we shouldn't. So that's why we are calling for the, how do we call the autopsies and what have you. Where we find ourselves now, issue of hope, issues of trust, and issues just for us to know that yes, there's a future out there. My only worry is that in all this, countries are recording a 0 COVID-19 cases. Not that countries that they've not recorded any numbers at all. They've recorded numbers and then they've recovered totally. So the curve is doubling. Now, we people have been saying that when we were in our early 3000s, there was this notion that, okay, we've got it to our peak now, so we won't be even, we'll be seeing a decrease rather than an increase. But unfortunately, we jumped straight into 4,000s and then come into the 5,000s. And it's our hope that it seems that for the past 3 days, the rate at which the numbers keep increasing is not astronomical like it used to be. It's now probably just two days that are being added on what have you. But we've started a new week. It's a fresh week, and this is the end. It is the first 1 week of the president's 3 weeks extension on the ban of social gathering and what have you. Let's see what happens before public gatherings, and let's see what happens in the course of this week. Let's see if the numbers will jump into the 6,000s. But we are praying that our recovery numbers divides the recorded cases. There we can see that the curve is bending, the curve is flattening. That will give hope. World Health Organization has warned. The health minister last week Thursday, affirmed that COVID-19 is here to stay. You're going to stay with it. And people are calling for a lockdown, and I asked them, I wish your government would be able to go into this. Unfortunately, it was confirmed last week that Ghana couldn't have gone beyond a 3-week period of lockdown because the government cannot hold it.
Our economic landscape does not permit.
Thank you.
The finance minister indicated that our economy cannot stand a 3 weeks lockdown. And we all saw it. Right?
It's true.
We all saw the repercussions. People have been laid off in the hospitality industry alone. About 7,000 workers have been laid off. They're going to suffer the economic implication of this situation. We can't go on like this. And so it is a call in the right order. In that same sense, the ministry also indicated that a lockdown would no longer serve a purpose in these times. It is not just about the economy alone. Education is affected. Religion is affected. Many other spheres are affected. And so, yes.
Thank you that you've alluded to this point. This all goes to say that every country in the world needs now to develop models and blueprints on their own to see to it that they are combating and fighting COVID-19. When we fall on the advices that are, I'm not saying whose advices are not good, but it is good. But for all you know, they're not applicable in the sub-region or in the continent you find yourself. I know that scholars have just opposed reasons why we went out of a lockdown. Scholars have just opposed what medicines are being given to these people to see to it that they are going through these recoveries. Scholars have gone now that can we say that the community spread is not dead here? Can we say, what are we doing now Fortunately, it's as to when one individual went to flag the whole of an institution in Tema to put the staff there in danger. They are going to have an intensive contact tracing in Tema to see to what extent it's been done. This is how swift we want the situation to be. If you're able to detect something at a particular end, it needs to go there. Reginald, thanks that you've made mention of the lane of. It's an unfortunate times there. It's not only people in the hospitality sector, even people in media spaces. Big names that we know, giants in media institutions we have in Ghana are laid off. Our boss asked a simple question over the weekend that what does this mean implies to us, and give a simple answer. We need to do our best and then pray to God. That is, I've not been inspired by any words like the words you shared over the weekend. That in these COVID-19 trying times, that we don't know what our fate will be tomorrow, whether I'm going to be laid off at this minute or next minute. I just need to do my best. In doing my best, I have to pray along that COVID-19 passes quickly.
Exactly.
But in all this, what I can say this morning is that definitely these two shall surely pass. You just do what to adhere to the safety protocols that are out there, and at the end of it, there's going to be a post-COVID-19 era. I want to see you in that era. I want to see myself in that era, whereby family, bond, society, love, and that thing that has been ripped away from us, the essence of hugging and touching. I really love hugs and pegs a lot. But it's been a while I gave hugs and pegs as a result of this, of COVID-19. I'm looking forward to that era that we can go back to normalcy. But it's not going to be today and tomorrow that we are going to return to that normalcy. It depends on us staying safe and supporting the health institutions to do their very best in it. I know Salasi I'm talking too much. It's normal.
Salasi, I'm not saying anything. And Anastasia wants to share a bit on the hugging and kissing. Well, I saw it in your eyes when he mentioned it.
I didn't know you could see things in his eyes. You know. But
you say the eyes is the soul, is the what? Is the window to the soul. I'm seeing through your eyes.
That's fine.
Into your soul.
That is very fine. But like he said, we'll have to go. Everybody wants to go back to their normal lives. People think that where we have gotten to, though some people are not attaching so much seriousness to it. Others also think that, like he said, it will surely pass and we'll all go back to our normal lives. We are looking forward to that as well, where we can move freely and even join people, celebrate, join people, mourn, and then also show our love and care towards people as well. Well, it's time to go to the newspapers, and starting with the Truth and Accuracy every day, the daily graphic. On the front page, stigmatization frightening danger. Ghana Health Service commits to ending obstacle. The Ghana Health Service is committed to ending COVID-19 stigma through collaborative education with stakeholders. According to the chairman of the National Risk Communication and Social Mobilization for COVID-19, Dr. Da Costa Abuaje, Director of Health Promotion Division, Ghana Health Service. And it continues on page 3. And so moving to it, it says Da Costa Abuaje, his team at the Ghana Health Service was working extra hard to overcome the stigma, which was becoming an incentive to the fight against the disease. In an interview with the Daily Graphic, Dr. Abuaje, who doubles as Director of Health Promotion at the Ghana Health Service, said he feared the stigma and discrimination associated with the COVID-19 by some Ghanaians could have awful consequences, which could hamper the efforts by the Ghana Health Service to curtail transmission of the virus in communities. Dealing with stigmatization is like fighting the COVID-19 war on two fronts. We have to, as a matter of urgency, nip this in the bud, as stigmatization could erode all the gains being made. For fear of being stigmatized, people could refuse to call for help when they show the symptoms, and that becomes difficult to find them and isolate them for treatment, which will have dire consequences for community spread. He explained. I don't know, gentlemen, I don't know if you share in this, but I think with the last words of this story, this particular story on the front page and on the page 3, talking about the fact that they will not be able to trace people who have come into contact with infected persons, and because of stigmatization and discrimination. I think that is very true, because some people have shared their experiences after recovering from the disease, and they've even mentioned that going out to even buy certain things or have some services provided to them is very difficult, just because of the fact that they know that this person is a COVID-19 patient or this person has gotten it before. At the end of the day, the education should go down that if somebody has recovered, it should just give you a notion that, okay, I have to take care of myself and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do so I do not get infected as well. And the fact that they have recorded doesn't mean that they will not be able to infect anybody again. But as they go back to their normal lives, thinking that I've recovered and so I'm immune to the disease again, that is going to mean that you're going to get it infected again and you might spread it.
Yes, indeed. To that fact, this morning I boarded a taxi. The driver was having a very good conversation with us in the vehicle and was like, hey, I'm going to check here. Indeed, you get to the Collet area and you realize that there's massive traffic over there because the police are checking for face masks before you enter the Accra metropolis. And the taxi driver was complaining, and how would we know that there is something out there? And I asked him, why are you wearing your face mask? If you do not believe, why are you wearing your face mask? And I saw Mukai, why is it that they don't bring the people who have been infected and recovered out so that we will realize that there is something out there? I asked him, what do you need that information for? If I sit in the car and I tell you that I have COVID-19, I have recovered, how are you going to react? In fact, you will not even allow me to sit in the car. And so it is for our own attitude that there is no need to point out who and who has gotten the virus. He who has ears, let him hear. But at the end of the day, we should also know that the persons that have recovered are a beacon, a symbol of hope. That when you contrast COVID-19, there is hope for it. Sometimes, in fact, you can look at somebody and you say that, hey, if this person can survive, I can also survive. These people are a beacon of hope. Let us not stigmatize against them. Well, only maybe I won't cry, you have the COVID-19. And Anastasia, I think you have.
You couldn't have said it better. I associate myself with you on all certain terms.
Thank you.
All right, and moving on to page 13, Ghana to have beneficiary ownership register by October. On page 53 of the daily graphic, Access Bank supports less privileged. Same page again, Unipass makes progress, operators. And on page 15, COVID-19 frontline workers appreciated on International Day of Family. And over the weekend, I saw this flying all over social media. It was International Day of Family, where people were sharing pictures of their family. Others who didn't have were also there posting some pictures of people they've been living with for a while now.
Do we recognize this day as Ghanaians? Because when you go to the Americas, they have what we call the Thanksgiving Day, where families come together and, I think it's massive for them, even more than Christmas, because for them, that is the real essence of Christmas. The belief is there that Christmas in itself is not related. The birth of Christ is just a day set aside. And so if we cannot celebrate Christ, then we should celebrate ourselves as human beings. And then the family day goes in way like that. Do we cherish days like this as Africans, as Ghanaians? Well, I, for one, had to celebrate with my family because, well, for me, every Sunday is a family day for me. So I migrate all the way to Mampubi, where my family is, and then we do some small food thing. Well, I don't know.
At least the food alone even brings it together. At the end of the day, in school, when social studies or RME, learning about the essence of festivals and then all that, it tells you that it brings people together, even if there are any conflicts around lingering in the family. At least when that is done, it brings people together. People see the need to be at peace with each other and then move on as family.
Is very important.
It's very important. And at this point, I some time back, I listened to one man on radio saying that people grow up nowadays, the youth grow up thinking that, oh, where I come from, because I'm doing well and I have money and I have all these things to myself, I cannot go back home and then see my people. And he was saying that is where you started from. You can never do without them. You'll get to a point in life you have to go back there for something. And because of the way you treated them for a while, you get there and nobody will want to help you or extend that help to you. And so we should take it very seriously. If we have the chance to show love to our family members, let us do so.
Exactly.
And the back page of the daily graphic, Sakumono ICGC organizes blood donation exercise and instant punishment for nose mask violators in Ashanti region. And that is it for the daily graphic.
All right, let's move away from the daily graphic into the daily guide. Now, let me say one thing to the family. Family is the first point of socialization. You grow up with your family. The things you learn, that forms your basics as a human being, you learn from your family. And so in these times, let's bear witness. It's sad that we are breaking away from the extended family system into a nuclear family system where it is just the father, son, and children. The cousins are no longer given recognition. The aunties are no longer given recognition. And sometimes we end up marrying our own cousins and our aunties. We end up creating incest, a sin against God. Anyway, let's go into...
I'm sure that your social studies teacher should be proud of you today. I'm proud to be a social studies teacher to say that when we teach socialization and then we make that reference, that the family is the very first point of socialization. This is to make meaning or more meaning to what you just said, that we've broken away from our extended family system and now grandmothers are witches, aunties are the cause of our misfortunes and what have you. I live with my auntie, my father's elder sister for so many years now. She's been a real source of a big strength. I met my mother's siblings and they love all together. I remember that Mother's Day, anesthesia bill witness, I was saying I called one of my aunties at the UK, and then I was bossing her up. This is the importance of family. This is why we just have to associate ourselves to family. And for me, I don't undermine family for any reason. If you are my friend or you have anything for me to do for you and it's a family day, or it's a family activity, trust me, I won't put it at the expense because of your own personal stuff. I will do that.
Thank you, my brother. Let me say a good morning to Mother Rosemary Nayoko, my auntie, my mother. I love you so much.
She happens to be my church girlfriend.
Yes, I know. Cannot go against you. A daily guide has some news. NDC mocks Reverend. Wow. I said Reverend. NDC mocks COVID-19.
Maybe you didn't finish with the comments you were there.
Exactly. NDC mocks COVID-19 recoveries. Really?
Yes, I think it's that National Women Organizer,
Joyce
Barr, put on the post on Facebook was asking how the numbers have moved from 3 digits to 4 digits in a short space of time. I was just calling for a probe into the numbers. I just wanted to understand at what point is a probe she's looking in for, as to that the recoveries are not recoveries, or maybe she would have wished that more cases are being recorded without the recovery cases totaling. I don't know what she was trying to look at.
Well, coming from an aide to the former president, that's quite sad. Joyce Bawa Botagri is a former aide, is an aide to the former president. Anyways, 1,754 recover from COVID-19. So this is the numbers with which the NDC marks the recoveries. EC exposes NDC, the stories on page 6 of the Daily Guide. Muslim leaders bless Supreme Court judge. That's on page 13. And Obinim facing arrest. Obinim facing arrest. Let me see your shouting. Now, the back page of the Daily Guide has some sports news, and it says that allow us to play golf. Allow us to play golf. No punishment for Hertha celebration. On COVID-19, top clubs to lose over £3.5 billion. Elsewhere, ex-Kotoko star stranded in Kenya over unpaid bills. And this is the fear that we have about our nationals who are locked in other countries. How are they accommodating themselves? How are they feeding? How are they living? And how are they even assessing health in these times? That's it for the Daily Guide anyways.
All right, let's move to the Daily Statement. The Daily Statement is saying that ECNI exposes more lies of the NDC. ECNI exposes more lies of the NDC. Stories on page 2. Abronya DC is saying that Akufo-Addo's projects are real and not ghost projects. Akufo-Addo's projects are real and not ghost projects. Stories on page 4. The big one here, still on page 2, is 155 million euro ready for Komfanochi Teaching Hospital maternity block, as Akufo-Addo reactivate construction of 44-year-old abandoned health facility. Akufo-Addo reactivate construction of 44-year-old abandoned facility. So what you are saying is that the 155 million euro is ready for the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital maternity block. The story is on page 2 of the newspaper. Now, on page 3, concerning EC, is saying that the CDD Director for Advocacy and Policy Engagement, Kojo Asante, is saying that sue EC if you are happy with plans to compile new register. CDD urges NDC and others. You could realize that over the weekend, the EC and then NIE came out with statements buttressing, or not debunking claims made by the opposition ruling party, NDC, concerning some agreement that the EC and then NIA is coming on to see to that the 2020 elections are being rigged, or what have you. I was telling Cyril the other time that I don't know why the EC would even want to respond when it comes to issues like this. But he made a profound statement that because someone is listening, someone is watching, somebody is reading. So it will be much prudent that the other bodies will also come and then clear the airwaves. But I've maintained a stand, which is this done. We're having a banter on EC. Big ups to Cardinal Reginald and then Cyril Jones over WhatsApp on EC's mandate and what the arguments and things are becoming on. I will share with what the CDD director has said. That if any political party, if any stakeholder, so far as election is concerned, that's a problem with the Electoral Commission at any point in time. So far as the problem is legitimate, it is legal, take EC to court.
Yes, sir. I guess that's the still said.
It's set, take EC to court. But if it's not legitimate, if it's not legal, sorry, it's telling me that if the claims other people are making is not in law, doesn't mean that those that the law favors them should abuse the law. I'm yet to know where abuse of the law is. But if people are exercising their mandates constitutionally, and you think you have a problem with how the mandate is being done, is it outside with the NDC when you raise issues on cost and timing? I have no problem with it. I will side with them. Okay, the timing is too short.
That was the initial.
You see, I would side to a different thing altogether.
So,
but you see, they've forgotten that the one way or the other, the EC is not answerable to the NDC, but NDC will be answerable to the EC in some time to come.
Exactly.
NDC will not open nominations for EC to go and contest election. It is the EC that will open up nominations for you. I find this act instigative, but at the end of the day, if things go not in the way of the NDC, I dread what will be the future of Ghana.
NDC cannot hold the future of Ghana in their hands.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
All right.
So that is all for the daily statement. Grab a copy and read further into it.
All right, moving to the most authoritative newspaper, the Ghanaian Times, on page 12. COVID-19 vaccine must be freely available to all. President Akufo-Addo advocates. And on wearing a mask, the do's of wearing a mask: cover your nose and mouth, pull your hair back, do not leave your hair on, and also if you're remove by grabbing from the back. On page 4, NACCA recommends textbooks for KG primary schools. And on page 3, 2 suspected armed robbers gunned down, another arrested. Page 12 has said that Dr. Shambas calls for concerted efforts to combat COVID-19. And page 13 says Ghana's COVID-19 recovery rises to 1,754. Case count stands at 5,735. And that is the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Quickly moving to the back page, road users advised to obey directives at Tema Motorway. And Reginald, you were there last weekend and concerning the reopening of the new.
It's important to note that the drivers are much relieved. Hitherto there was so much confusion in the area. There was so much vehicular traffic in the area as well. But one important thing to note is that a lot of people are finding it difficult. A lot of motorists are finding it difficult to get used to the changes. So I think that, yes, this is something that is going to take time. And in the meantime, there is a video out there which is actually teaching you how to find your way. And I think that everybody should have a copy of the video so that they will be informed before, because on the motorway, once you miss your way,
you're going.
In fact, you will go.
You go and you keep going.
You will go.
I was telling Ransford that if you don't take care and you want to make a turn to a shaman, by the time you realize you're in a fienya.
Exactly. Then also, I don't know if it was wrong in the engineering of the motorway and the overpass. Then within roads within the enclave, that they did not have U-turns. I don't know if it was wrong on that part, or perhaps the fact that it is a motorway prevents the necessity for a U-turn. I sincerely do not know the technicalities of the engineering, but once you find your way off track. You're going to have to go and go and go until you get to another runabout. And
until you get to ungoable place, and
exactly.
then you...
Exactly.
Siraja, I think that a friend whispered to me that the engineering or the architecture of the motorway was to conform with the German standard.
Right.
That when you go to Germany, I say when I go to Germany, when you go to Germany, you find that these are some of their highways and this is what some of their motorways looks like. So you need to be sure of where exactly you are going to before applying a particular route there. In our case, I'm grateful that you've been mentioned of the video which has been circulating for the past 5 days since I saw it on Wednesday. We would want that it's being done in local dialects too. Though the English looks smooth, it looks fine. People can hear the name of the towns in it, but I would prefer that we run one. If we can do it in all other local languages, Tree is now most appropriate in most parts of Ghana now. So you should do it in Akan so that people will be able to... I was telling Ransford that if I'm not sure that I will drive to Tema in any way time now, in the next 6 months. I'll pick Trotro anytime I'm going to Tema, or pick taxi anytime I'm going to Tema, because I fear getting to Ada because I'm going to maybe community 2. Or because I'm going to community 8 to go and see my people at community 8. And then I'll find out and landing at Sege. What am I going to do at Sege?
Anyways, that's just about it. The Tema motorway, but I'm happy. It's a very nice edifice, and it adds to the beautification of. You have the aerial view, and I mean, it looks like I said last week, like an octopus.
You've gone for an excursion.
Oh yeah,
sightseeing at Tema.
Yeah, so now we have the Tema, tourist attraction. I think Dubai is also there.
Yeah. So what name are you giving to this one?
This one, the octopussy. Well, that's so much like an octopus. I tell you, with the tentacles and all that, but hey, it's also adding up to it, and it's not just providing infrastructural benefits, but also to some.
I'm grateful you made mention of infrastructural benefits. You need to embrace the benefits it's coming with, and forget the political biasness and then political rhetoric. As to whether credit is given to whom or not, at the end of the day, Ghana needs to celebrate that. At the end of the day, pedestrians or motorists or people that apply those routes frequently, they are going to have some little ease of traffic in their daily activities, which we should be grateful for anyways.
The last story at the back page of the Ghanaian Times, Tamale COVID-19 Center appeals for PPE, and it sums it up for the Ghanaian Times for today.
All right, now let's go into some business. Like I said earlier, today is a day to make money. So when you go out there, gear yourself up, be productive. Mondays determine how your week will go. If you woke up on a bad note, I'm sorry. But stick and stay with us on AM Ghana. We'll make your day right before the day ends. Business and Financial Times, Africa's leading provider of business information, indicates in the banking sector that BOG maintains policy rate over inflation surge. And that is some good news. The story is on page 3 of the BFC. Now, in banking again, UBA Ghana gets new managing director and CEO. Stories on the back page, and we have the picture of a fine gentleman right here. I believe it's a Santa Clausian. That's it, by the way. Now, in banking again, Reginald.
Excuse me.
I see you fidgeting in your seat. What is your problem? Are you okay?
Excuse me.
Now, Access Bank supports the less privileged in COVID-19 fight. Access Bank supports the less privileged in COVID-19 fight. Who defines who less privileged is? Anyways, but I believe that you can find them most on the streets and these charity homes as well. It's not difficult to spot. Now, in trade, GEPA's $3.6 billion NTE's target in peril as COVID-19 decimates export market and arts and crafts subsector in total shut down. Unipass implementation. Deputy Trade Minister projects 30% increase in revenue. Really? We are hoping to see, because as it stands now, there has been some turmoil over the implementation of Unipass in the Takoradi ports alone. And we fear what may come of it in the Tema ports, the largest. Anyway, the Bank of Ghana bails out government with 10 billion Ghana cedis to close fiscal gap. Bank of Ghana bails out government with 10 billion Ghana cedis to close fiscal gap. The story is on page 3 of the BFT. The back page has details of the UBA new managing director and CEO. And still on the back page of the BFT, Amenfiman Rural Bank gives potable water to 8 communities. Amenfiman Rural Bank gives potable water to 8 communities. And I wish I'd know which communities are... Okay, so the beneficiary communities include Ahimbu Bano, Ashireja, Anloga, Abeswa, Jaman, all in the Wasa Akropong area of the Wasa Abenfi East municipality. The rest are Newtown in Jegem area, Block So and Isikafo Ambanton in the Asankragwa area of the West of Wasa Abenfi West municipality. So, well, may they make good use of the potable water. As it stands now, some people cannot get access to potable water as a result of galamsey. We are still struggling to keep our water bodies clean, to recover the water bodies from what we have seen. They now, well, people would say cocoa drinks, but nobody would want to drink them indeed.
Reginald, let's go to the Chronicle. Firma Opari donates 100,000 worth PPE to 2 hospitals. The big one here was 50% salary bonus in naked robbery in health sector. And it made mention of frontline workers and efforts the government has made to give some incentives and relief items and also some tax waivers to these frontline health workers.
As well as some insurance packages.
We were very keen when the president made mention of that frontline workers. And we asked for the definition of what frontline workers are and as to whether it fell for both private and public health institutions. And we were meant to know that these are the people that are at the forefront of the fight of COVID-19. That some people go to the hospital, they're not at the forefront. So you should have nurses that are within these treatment centers, doctors within these treatment centers, and even cleaners who find themselves within these places. These are, for all you know, the Chronicle is reporting on a said hospital that is called the St. Teresa's Hospital at Nkranza in the Bono East region. For instance, the Chronicle understands that names submitted to the Ministry of Health as frontline workers are fraught with fraud. Some of the names our sources allege are not frontline workers and ought not to have been submitted to the government to benefit from the 50% pay raise for 4 months. Some concerned workers and nurses at the hospital who are not happy with the fraudulent list have already sent a strong petition to the Chief of Staff at the President, Madam Firma Osei Opari, and copied the Catholic Health Association of Ghana, drawing their attention to the issue and the need to reject the list. They are saying that all management members have submitted their names, leaving out some nurses who are actually at the forefront of the crusade against the pandemic. All management members. I'm not sure that the administrator at the hospital should be added to the frontline workers, because at the end of the day, I'm not sure if he even knows what even happens or what kind of drugs are even given to these people when they are going to this place. But the paper went further to have a phone conversation with the administrator at the hospital, whom was identified as Mr. Francis Teria, confirmed that there's a list of 40 frontline workers, but he fell short in sharing the list with the reporter, and he could not answer whether he, as the administrator, his name is part of the list or not. He did not. Unfortunately, the matron at the hospital, Miss Derry, on the part, confirmed that management had identified and selected health workers who qualify as frontline workers in their fight against COVID-19, but did not tell the names of the list. But did not. So this one goes a long way to affirm that there's that level of a bit of fraud and dent as a result of the compilation of the list to send to government. But I think that in the petition, there's a portion of the petition saying that we are aware of the government's determination in waging war against corruption to ensure open and transparent governance. We are ready to assist in all regards, the necessary routes in their petition. So I think that if each and every nurse in this country, so I'm grateful that we celebrated them in a grand style. Funny enough, I saw what the compilation that came from the Ministry of Information and how that they were having a press briefing. The minister made people who were at the room had to rise to give cheers and claps to nurses there. So if nurses would write such strong letters, such strong petition on things that are needful, it will be better. You've seen that the Ghana Nurses and Midwifery Association too, they've distanced themselves from the nurse that is twerking.
Yeah,
that one. I think that one is a side matter.
I think the nurse was twerking as a result of the World International Nurses Day. I mean, she was celebrating, and so she decided to, you know.
Irrespective of the fact that I share with them that it's unprofessional to dance in a nursing uniform, but is it they are chasing for the lady?
I started to think that it is unprofessional to dance in a nurse's uniform. You know, we all have different ways of celebrating, and a nurse could have.
But Reginald, the kind of dance. Hello, the kind of dance, my brother. The kind of dance.
Okay, well.
If probably she just took out a handkerchief and then she was waving like we do in our churches, it wouldn't have been a problem. But the kind of twerk.
Okay. So perhaps they should have a clear definition of which dances are allowed in nurses' uniform. You rightfully indicated the twerking is not allowed in uniform. What other dance will not? The break dance. And the flipping will not allowed. Will not be allowed.
And the chicken will not be allowed. And the butterfly. Anyway, let's go straight to let's go back to other stories on the portals of the newspaper Chronicle. It says that usage of Ghana card is backed by CI 2012. The EC saying the usage of Ghana card is backed by CI 2012. Issues concerning the means by the EC to compile new voters register and documents they need to use, but has resurfaced itself again. I'm sure that in the newspaper review segment, Senator General will take his guests through the pros and cons of what should be the case. What is, like somebody said, best standard practice. What should be the best standard practice that we need to inculcate into our electoral system in Ghana and see that things go right. The election zone team is standing by to see that if there's a major blow in it Wednesday, man come and give you vivid analysis, interpretation, and then presentation of papers into what election role of Ghana should really be like. We also be looking at elections in COVID-19 or over COVID-19. Countries that have been able to successfully have elections, even in the face of COVID-19, is something that the team is looking at to present to you on Wednesday. Hopefully, if the papers are ready, you'll come back. If you're not ready, maybe take clearance from programs and come on another fine Wednesday again. KATA, that is the Confederation Teaching Hospital COVID-19 Lab Ready CEO is saying. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 9 say that whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his way crooked will be found out. He who makes his way crooked will be found out. This one is talking about the crook nature at which the list is being put together in the hospital in Koranza. Please don't be crook, because when you're crook, we wither you people out.
I guess in other cases, you know, it may be a direct reference to the other political party that is purported to be lying about everything.
Reggie, I didn't want to go there.
Well.
You've gone there.
I don't know. There is a political party that is purported to be a lying political party.
I'm not political on Monday. I'm not political on Monday, so go ahead.
I don't know why it is so. Anyways, I'll be political today, and you'll be inspirational today.
I'll be inspirational today. I'm inspirational on Mondays.
Anastasia has the new crusade.
Yes, and away from the Chronicle newspaper to the last but not least, the new crusading guide on pages 3 and 10 says new voters register blues, attack on EC needless, says Peace Council. Also, government check in quotes, installers engage in falsehood and fabricated lies. Ni Okai Awada second claims. On page 10, Northern Youth for Nana Akufo-Addo condemned Boachijan war statement, expresses disappointment on NDC's silence. And also, this infestation chemical is very potent. Elsewhere, tension at Menya Kobo as Paramount Chief distills Queen Mother over betrayal. And another story here on the front page, trouble looms at Lands Commission. Workers agitate for removal of overage in quote executive secretary. And the back page of the paper says, Asai Brako feels misquoted over Kusiapia in great comments. And also two-time AFCON winner Renard open to Ghana return. The last on sports, don't copy the 1978 winning team tactics. J.E. Sapon tells CK Akona. And so that is all for the New Crusading Guide and the newspaper headlines as well.
All right, so that's it for the newspaper headlines. We've been speaking for some time now, and thanks for listening to us as we make the deliberations into some of the headlines in the newspapers. There's more to come.
Before you go, let me say this, that in as far as we want to go for a break, today, in all things that we do, we need to realize that we have women that they are mileage materials, and whatever we do, we need gross in doing it.
Oh, take it again.
Okay, that in all things that we do, we have women that they are mileage materials.
Right.
And you also need gross in everything that you are doing.
Okay. Take us on a break.
And then that's all for watching AM Ghana here. You're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have more for the newspaper review, and then political guests are standing by. Do stay tuned.
Borges extra virgin olive oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges classic olive oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your grills. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges olive oil.
Borges olive oil, the very best always.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African print and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
John, what you wow, Eddie, what boy Juma. I check a roofing now, or you fell one cassa from Asatek. Oh, now Simon, roofing is up a bit nice. Why the catcher? Asatek roofing sheet today, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want to call us a hood of a fair be bree. No one free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out? Now, so the bodan swa a year supampe. What means to trauma send your open roofing sheet no? You try the salmon pepe. Mama poor Asatek money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so aware your on-site installation. Oh yes, quality and da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na musa can order. Now a year after sales service proper bin so. Sheshe Asatek Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, a Benkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatek Watakrade Anaji, Yeni Princeland Hotel and the Shinimu, and a Volta Region, Yawo Akachi South District Assembly Kwainusuwa.
Go, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it. Wash your hands with soap and the running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, 8, or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and the running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Yeah, and that's when you're saying. Now, Jackson mixture, no, and that's
ya bread malaria near would you be ah hey Jackson mix and near ocean one what you are no I'm young wapo chicken one Jackson Mr. So and Fania grow yo ya onu mu nyawo de award one Fania grow
malaria and quadia, no me Jackson mixer. Now, bet yes, king cane.
They won't any more about food, about my flower. About flower when you feel me and no murdering. Jackson have a mister, only size.
Numun supan na wanya pomuden se wo ba numun so a hwe hu se eye mega purified mineral water eye nso a yeto ni baby pa asaso ne so se kroje se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a wo see you manumun supa mega mineral water de edanso esan say the modern technology so na ye ede ne nkabia ne atri mega purified mineral water bacteria na mhen wa bewrem eye very hygienic obia di wadanse mega mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles mu na wani bosua na okon donsio wo benya mega purified mineral water to bebia to phone call dodo wa amount 40 per junction and now for 050 7055 409 and now 055 392 1088 mega purified mineral water akona kono.
Got away brilliantly and he's ahead of the field at the moment and Bolt going very near comes Usain
Bolt. Join me, Samuel Kusi Apia, every Monday at 8 p.m. on Adoatv as I bring you good things from the world of sports.
Won peswa ho no mono eho etisenye brodon so ho awoten eho so etisenye omemu nankasa woten no eho so etisen eni insembidiko insembi editie timemufo etipentokwato santene koto aba wo hwe ne mo kwan se aka kendifo obeyi won betumi aboa amomman no etumi etumpon eso akendifo ebegidwa no etena so a na chese sebia so timemufo to a wotua no wode wasa wonsrem insembidiko insembi editie we intine ho behia se memende biada wobrabo nonkron ewo wudon no so sei ken woni me ebedi ehia ewo Adoatv kasafidie so wobra yeto nsa afra manyofo a wode manyosemo akoten wona biahye wonim di ankasa etwetwe nkomo wobra yeto nsa afra mmahye bedwemni no mesini crash wo honom ebetutu na no na achesen sema edika editie no ya toto ho sere ene abasa ewo kasafidie eso me a metine dwemu edigimedi ho chiame edi amede so ene political baby face.
Borges extra virgin olive oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges classic olive oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your girls. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges olive oil.
Borges olive oil, the very best always.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
John, who fini new? Wow, Eddie, wabwejuma. I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one casa from Asatec. Oh, na Simon, roofing is up a bit nice. Keke. Why the catch you? Asatec roofing sheet today, and you're nice keke. With the board swa a chey and rena chain. They want to call us a hood of a fair be bree. No new free roofing sheet no dear. Who near that will be out. Now so the board swa a year supampe. What means to trauma send your open roofing sheet no? You try the salmon pepe. Mama po Asatec money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so where your on-site installation ni boss crowd da from pa. Oh yes, quality ni boda feminine. Asatec 5 days pay na musa kan order na we year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatec Watema Community 2 Meridian Road Ebenkoko Board Warehouse Western Region. So Asatec Wotakrade Anaji yene Princeland Hotel and di hwene mu and na Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
Go, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it and wash your hands with soap and the running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868. Or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and the running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Ya bre malaria ni ewuji bibribi. Ah, hey, Jackson mix and near. Ushan wanum watwa. Wanam yomre. Wapasu chicken wana. Jackson mixture. Jackson mixture. Jackson mixture. So and Vania grow. Uti yo ya. Wanum nyode. I want to wana. Vania grow.
Malaria and Quadia, no me Yaxen mixer. Now, bet yes, King.
They won't any more about my friend. About flower when you feel you and no murdering. Jackson have a Mr. Only size.
Numun super na wanya pomuden. Se wo ba numun so a, hwe hu ni se eye mega purified mineral water. Eye nso a yetu ni baby pa. Asaso ni so se kroje. Se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a, wo see you manumun super. Mega mineral water de edanso. Esan say the modern technology so na ye. Ede ne nkabia ni atri. Mega purified mineral water. Bacteria na mhenu aberem. Eye very hygienic. Obia di wadanse. Mega mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles mu. Na wani bosua na okon donsio. Wo benya mega purified mineral water to bebia. To phone call dodo wa amount for Tipa Junction. Ana fre 050 7055 409 ana 055 392 1088. Mega purified mineral water. Akona kono.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African print and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
John, wo fi nyu wow ebe ye fe edi wa bwejuma I check wo fi na o ye fe wankasa from Asatek oh na sem roofing sheets aba bebre nice keke why na catch you Asatek roofing sheet de enye nice keke o wo de bodan so a eche yie enwe na che na won colors ahodo fe bebre no mu ne free roofing sheet no de wo nya dad wa bia o na so de bodan so a ejire so pampe wo tumi so kire mo se ne ope roofing sheet no ye twa de sama pepepe mama po Asatek mo ne de wo ma technical advice na estimate free or professional installers nso a your on-site installation ne boss kura da pa oh yes quality and with da feminine Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order na waye after sales service papa binso hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2 Meridian Road Ebenkoko Board Warehouse Western Region so Asatek Takrade Anaji yene Princeland Hotel and di hwene mu and Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha
Go, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it and wash your hands with soap and the running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868. Or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and the running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Thanks for staying with us. This is A.M Ghana on Adoatv. My name is Reginald Addy, and before then I was with my colleagues Reginald Robertson and Anastasia. But we told you that we haven't guessed for the newspaper review segment, and they are parliamentary candidates in the respective parties for respective constituencies. I'll tell you about that later. I will speak on some COVID-19 issues arising, and then also about attacks on the EC, which has been said to be unnecessary. I will look into that as well as other matters in the newspapers. My guest for the moment is Honorable Alexander Akwaku, as a parliamentary candidate for Botiano Ingleshi and Manfum constituency in Accra under the ticket of the NDC. Good morning, sir. Welcome to A.M Ghana.
Good morning, Reginald.
How are you doing?
Oh, by God's grace, we are doing well.
Very well. As I guess for the moment, we'll do the newspaper review. We are expecting the NPP parliamentary candidate for the Klote constituency as well, Honorable Prince Deborah. We're expecting him in the studios. And so, as I'm running, he comes, we'll go on a quick detour so that he will join us. For now, let's have a conversation with Honorable Alexander Akwaku. Honorable, how has the running been?
By God's grace, it's been very good. In the midst of COVID-19, God has been able to protect us. Only that there have been some impediments on our political activities in terms of this a ban on social gathering and so on. So it has put some restriction to our movement. And you know, election is just around the corner. We have just a little, roughly about 200 days to go to the elections. And there are a lot of things to be done.
Right.
Because of the COVID-19, it has slowed down the pace a little bit, because these are times that all of us need to be very careful, watch our movements, the people we interact with, and also try to observe these COVID-19 protocols that have been laid down for all of us. But the constituency is also very quiet. We thank God that in the midst of the COVID that is going around, yes, Greater Accra has recorded the most numbers, but in Botiano, we thank God that not even a case had been reported there yet. So we are grateful, and we are still observing the protocols. Our target is should not record any. When everything is even over, we should not record anything.
Right. Obviously, when it's over, we will not record. That would mean that it is really over. Now, let's speak about your political life. You were then you campaigned for the same position in the Okaikwe South constituency some years back. Why the decision to change constituency?
I have tried it twice in Okaikwe South. I wasn't successful. And whilst contesting the seat, I have been living in Botiano.
Okay.
Yes. That's where I've been living for the past 10 years. So after trying the second time, they said, your house is your house, if anything. So I have to look at where I reside properly. And God being so good, I went to the primaries and I won.
You won. Maybe that may guarantee certain victory for you. Is that the focus is on getting to Parliament? What is beyond the focus? Once you get to Parliament, what is there?
Yeah, what is there is to make sure that the people I represent in Parliament, their needs are met. When I say their needs, there are some challenges in Botiano, English and Manfrum constituency. And these challenges, I believe that with a good leadership, we can resolve them together. One of the major challenges over there has to do with our infrastructure. Infrastructure development across board is very, very poor. We don't have good roads.
Indeed.
We don't have good drainage systems. We don't have enough public schools to cater for the growing population.
Right.
We don't have enough hospitals. Even the hospitals, we don't even have any. We have 2 polyclinics and some cheap compounds.
Right.
But we don't have an hospital over there. Let's say a municipal hospital. We don't have. So these challenges are the things that I believe that we need to come together, get a good leadership to lead us to solve these problems.
Right.
And the question most of the time when you talk about these things, people will ask you is that as an MP, you don't do those things. And I always tell them that then what is the business of people getting up early in the morning to go and queue and vote for you? Because as an MP, every government project passes through Parliament. And you are sitting there, government has proposed that it's going to build 10 municipal hospitals. It's going to construct 1,000 kilometers of road in a year. It's going to do this, it's going to do that. And you are sitting there. As an MP, you say it's not your business. Whose business is it? Your business is that once government has laid these things before you, you lobby to get some to your constituency. You may not get all because the country is big. So at least for the road, if you can get even 2 kilometers into your constituency, it is something.
Right.
And gradually, you'll be eliminating some of these challenges. So any MP that argues on the fact that it is not MP's business to construct, yes, physically it is not your problem, but it is also incumbent on you to make sure that you get the projects.
Right.
Because it's like you are there, your father has a small resource to share among the children, and other brothers and sisters are fighting for it, and you are sitting down folding your hands thinking that once it's your father you will get your share. Yes, that is after he has shared to your other siblings and they've all gotten what they want.
Right.
If some is left, you will get. So as an MP, you should be smart. You should have your lobbying skills to make sure that you get things into your constituency.
Right.
And that is what Alexander is promising the people of Botiano, English and Manfro, that when given the chance, we'll make sure that we lobby to get the things into our constituency.
Right. This is certainly an area that lacks so much, especially infrastructure-wise. The roads, indeed, I have witnessed when it rains as well. You mentioned rains.
Yes.
When it rains, we will see the amounts of flooding in the area. You mentioned that good leadership is what you would need, or what the constituency would need to get over these issues or these problems. What do you make of the leadership of the incumbent parliamentary member for the constituency, that is Honorable Saad?
You see, if you go into the constituency now and you talk to people, the only thing they will tell you is that they have regretted for voting for the current MP. And when you ask them their reasons, they will only tell you that he is not performing as an MP. He is not performing by getting the needed development into the area. And this is a major concern to the people. They are not having contact with their MP. There are some areas that since he was voted for, he has not even passed them. He has never been there before. So people are not happy. Especially when you take, I don't know whether you know the area very well, but we have 6 electoral areas.
Right.
There's one electoral area called Akwasa, where we have the mall, West Hills Mall. Actually, Akwasa starts from the Densu River. If you are from Accra heading, immediately you cross the Densu River, all the land on your left-hand side, all the way to where the mall is.
That's from
to
Sampa Valley.
To Sampa Valley, yes. To the toll booth. That area, okay. The demarcation ends at when you climb the hill, where we have the feet. That is from Sampa Valley, the barrier, hold barrier. If you turn to your left, as if you are going to Apraku, yes. When you get to where we have the feet church, that hilltop, that is where the boundary between Akwasa and Botiano is.
Right.
Okay. So from that stretch all the way, okay, to the toll booth area, or let me say, because it's not exactly up to the toll booth, but you pass broadcasting. Okay. That is the area I'm talking about, Akwasa. The road network over there is serious. The demarcations have been done, but there's not even a single road that have been tarred. NDC started with the new Botiano road. They did the gutters, they graveled it to the point that you only need to put the bitumen on it and it becomes a motorable or a tarred road. MPP came, they left it undone for over 3 years. It was this year that they decided that they are going to put bitumen on it, which they did. But even that one, 2 weeks, then they started developing potholes. As I'm speaking to you now, they've done 3 patches. A road that was done in somewhere February, they've done over 3 patches on that road. That will tell you that the road has not been properly constructed. And that is the only road in the whole of Akwasa that has been tarred.
That's the block factory, because you mentioned from...
Yes, block factory is part of it.
Now,
and the block factory...
all the way to AIT?
AIT was done by NDC.
It was done by NDC?
Yes. What I'm saying is that since they came, the roads that even NDC started, that they are doing, they have not even added a centimeter to it.
Now, this is an area that I don't know if I don't know how to put it, but this is an area that has witnessed members of parliament from all let me say, a lot of political parties. As it stands, the constituency has not had one political party reign more than its first term. But would you say this has accounted for the level of underdevelopment, the infrastructural deficit in the area?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. It has nothing to do with that. As an MP, you are given 4 years to perform. And 4 years is all that you have. You don't have 8 years. So when you are given the 4 years, whatever you have to do within this period, that is what the people will look at and renew your mandate or disengage you. And 4 years, yes, it is short, but it is enough of time that when you start something, the people see what you are doing here, they can renew your mandate for you. Your question that the change of MPs might have accounted for this thing, to me, it doesn't hold water. And the reason is that if you look at, formerly it was part of Wager constituency. When the constituency was divided into 3 in 2012, then we have Botiano English from. So the constituency actually has been in existence for just somewhere around 8 years. Well, it was created in 2012. 2012, NDC won that seat. Then in 2016, MPP won. So it's only 2 MPs that have been there.
Right.
I hope you are getting me. So if you look at it, and if you look at the first MP, his performance in terms of the development that he was able to lobby into the constituency, the Tuba Road, which was part of the Kaswa interchange project, he managed to lobby for the road to be done. Formerly, the road from Old Barrier all the way through Apraku to Batiano, then Kukrobiti, Tuba, joining the Kakraba road. That one too was untarred. It was through its era, then that road was also tarred. Most of the roads, or the road from the Amangfrom Junction going to Cassava Farm, where it ends, was also tarred under its regime. He brought cheap compound to Tomefa and Tuba, which, of course, the MPP are refusing to use those facilities. He managed to bring or to upgrade the epicenter at Batiano to become a polyclinic.
Right.
You understand me?
Yes.
So if one person can do all these things within 4 years, and you have been in that same seat for almost 4 years now, and you have nothing to show, what do you expect the people to do?
No, Honorable Akwaku, certainly we saw some infrastructural development, like votes, for instance. But unfortunately, in 2016, the NDC
lost the seat.
Exactly, lost the seat to the NPP.
Yeah.
They constituency voted. They voted him out.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen to some members of the constituency, I can speak for the people in the block factory area, for instance, they were disappointed and appalled by the construction of a road which ended midway, because then they feel like it was just a showmanship to have just constructed road to some point and then leave the other parts of the road. These were the concerns. The concerns were that there was lack of the genuinity by the member of parliament, for which reason he was kicked out, amongst other reasons. On what premise do you think that you can win such seats?
You see, anybody who will think along that line, there's a little bit problem with that line of thinking.
Why?
The reason is that wherever you start a road, okay, you definitely need to do it up to a point. Because, like I have said earlier, the resources are not there. So government does things in bits. So you get maybe 2 kilometers done. At another time, you get another one. And gradually, by the time you realize that stretch of road has been completed. You know, that road you are talking about goes all the way, and it can link to the road behind the mall.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that was the plan, you know. And we did it up to a point. What we are expecting, because the plan is there, a current administration who thinks about the people, who is interested in the welfare of the people, should have continued. You understand me? So where it was done up to, if these people have even continued with another 2 kilometers, that would have climbed the hill. And maybe the next one would descend the hill. And gradually would have completed that route.
Right.
You know. So to me, it is not that if development takes place in bits, then it means that the person doesn't have a good mind towards the people and is just doing showmanship. That is not accurate at all.
Okay. So on what premise, let's take you as an individual, on what premise do you think you can win the constituency back for the NDC?
You see, I have done my own survey. I have spoken to a lot of people, and there are a number of factors that made us to lose that seat. And I can tell you for sure that it has nothing to do with development of the area.
Right. So,
because when it comes to development of the area, the people attest to the fact that the NDC did a lot in Batiano, English Amanfo constituency. Some of the reasons are so personal, I wouldn't like to share it because it is more or less like a personal problem that the former MP has with the constituents, which of course I don't want to veer into that. You understand me? So I believe strongly that the message I'm carrying to the people, which is a message of development, total development, development that involves the human beings, the constituents, their welfare, their totality is being taken care of in the message that I have.
Couldn't that a relationship between the former member of parliament and the constituents have marred the fertile soil that you may thrive on today?
What I'm saying is that that is at its personal level.
That is personal.
That is personal.
Right,
I don't see how that can affect me because people are also looking at me at that personal level. You understand me? They are assessing me based on my own qualities. And they assess him also based on his own personal qualities.
How do they know your qualities?
It is through interactions. I interact a lot. I talk to people. I go and sit down, play draft with them. I chat with them. When they call, I pick. When I'm busy and I see it, I return the calls. So that kind of that. And, you know, people all over the world want somebody who respects them, somebody who will listen to their concerns, even if you are not able to solve it immediately, but you are able to give them words of comfort. That is all that. And this is what I'm offering. And that's why I'm saying that I have come in based on the pieces of information that I have picked. And that is also helping me to shape the way I relate to my constituents.
Right. Now, how do you relate with your party? What's your relationship with your party? Because in somewhere last year, you were being accused of backing NPP parliamentary aspirants. How was the relation? Did it affect you? Has it affected the relationship with your party members?
That story is never true, and it cannot be true because I don't know who originated the.
But you saw it.
Yes, I saw it. I saw it. You know, even a rejoinder that I wrote was the one that put it on the. I think it was on one of these social media.
It was on the website, actually.
Yes. You know, they are dress crap, but you can't even trace them. You understand me? But that
so you didn't have your rejoinder published?
Yes, I couldn't. It couldn't be published because I sent it through the electronic medium to them. I called the number. The person said it's not the one. You know, but the bottom line is that that story is not true.
Okay.
Anybody who has known me will tell you that I will die for the NDC.
Right.
Yes. Because that is where my heart is.
Okay.
And that is where I belong.
Right.
You know, there's no way I can stop NDC at the back. No. It can never happen anywhere.
All right.
Because I spend my money on the NDC. I do things from my own personal resources, and I don't stand at places to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I know it is my responsibility towards my party. And that is what I do for the party. So for somebody to say that I contested in Okankwe twice,
yes,
why would I go and take money from somebody that I want to unseat? What is the purpose? For what? And yes, we grew up in the same area, but since we decided to contest each other, the way even I have met you and we are chatting like this, I have never sat with him like that before. maybe on our runs, visiting polling stations, that we will meet, then we exchange pleasantries. That's all.
All right. Now, you said that your people know you.
Yeah.
That's what you said. You said that they know your substance. Has there been any intervention for the people from your own coffers and these times, COVID-19, and people are, trying to support? And what level of support have you offered the constituency?
We've done a lot, especially when this pandemic started in Ghana. When the disease was first reported, or when cases were first reported, what I did, because by that time we've started talking about washing of hands and so on, sanitizing the hand. So I must say that if I'm mistaken, I was the first, maybe in Greater Accra, to buy Veronica buckets and start sharing to all taxi ranks.
It's safe to say one of the first.
Yes, I said maybe, sharing it to the taxi ranks in my constituency. I've given them soaps for them to wash their hands. Because my belief was that if we are able to do that.
Were you able to share for all the taxi ranks?
All the taxi ranks. All the taxi ranks.
What I see at my taxi rank, I live in the same constituency. What I see on my taxi rank as a Veronica bucket with a sticker from a lady in another political party. Is it that they have refused to use the one you sent to them, or it didn't get to them?
It get to them. I delivered it personally to all the taxi ranks.
Now, how come?
Yes, what you are saying here now, I realize that for some time now they've not been using it, and when we inquire from there, the simple explanation they gave to us is that they've used our own for some time, and others too have donated some.
Oh, I see.
So they decided to use that one too for some time.
I see.
So that when they brought it, they didn't pack it, but they are using it. I said, fine, that is okay. But why don't you mount all? Because people who use the places are many. You can mount all for people to see that those things are there. And even if it is 3, 4 at a place, it even eases the pressure on the usage. And if you fetch water in all the 4 and you place it there, if one doesn't have water, the other will have water in it, running through it. So we've had that discussion, but it is...
Right. And so apart from the provision of Veronica buckets, have there been anything else? Because I believe that education is also part of the offerings.
Yes. Education-wise, what I did was that I went to these information centers. We have one at Apraku, Kukrobite, Botiano, Amanfrom, Galilea. I went to all those places. I usually go around 5:30 a.m. to go and educate people. What I have also read, I shared. Before even the lockdown came, I was doing this. Just to sensitize the people, let them be conscious of the disease, that it is there and it is rare, and they don't have to, in a way, dismiss the fact that the disease is there.
Okay, I'm happy that you mentioned Kukrobite, and this captured me. Kukrobite is blessed with fine beaches. In fact, some of the beaches are separated by some lagoons, or they're very, very attractive.
And rivers and so
exactly. What is the plan? Do you have any plans to, beef up tourism in this area?
My brother, this morning, a friend came to visit. So he normally comes over the weekend to come and help me with the campaign. So as we were coming, we decided to use the Dansoma road to join Matayiko so that we can dodge the traffic. So as we were coming, it was like, so he said your place is connected to Dansoma. I said, yes. Then the sea runs through, because he's not from Greater Accra, actually. They still rush through this place to Greater Accra. I said, hey, then that is why the other time you were telling me that you can promote tourism even just by, and through that you can reduce the traffic on the road. I said, yes. So that's why I said when you have a very good boat on the road, you can transport people from all the way to Accra Central. I said, yes. You understand? Because we went to a place called Fana.
Okay, Fana, yes.
Fana.
Yeah.
Within the place, we used a canoe to that place. And as we were going, I was telling him that if you look at, because, you know, getting into the constituency is only one major road. That's the only way you have. So when there is traffic, you have to wait in it patiently. If you are going to work and you are late, you have no other option than just to wait. But why don't we try sea transport?
Yes, yeah, are we ready for that? I mean, before sea transport, you'd have to make create dockets and
that is our challenge. We always want to have everything before we start. But the docket you are talking about, wow, if you go to some places, they have even used wood.
Yes, I mean.
Yes, to do it. So what prevents us if we want to do it? And in a way, that alone can promote tourism there. But we have beautiful things over there that, when properly developed, can create a lot of jobs for the people. You go to Tomefa, the lake. I don't know whether you've been to Tomefa before. When you are looking at the lake from Tomefa, it gives you a very beautiful serene. And these are the things that I want to. That's why I'm saying that I'm giving them a message, the message of hope, a message that they themselves, they can. And when you tell them, they themselves, they know that, oh, this is feasible. Because if somebody, a private person, they can now, and you know what, some of these things we are talking about, it does not necessarily mean that it should be Alexander Kwaku or government who have to come in.
Right.
It's just a matter of marketing the area and getting people who have interest in that sector to come and develop.
Right.
The place belongs to the traditional leaders over there. You get them involved, because when it comes to the land, to release it, you know, you need to get assurance from them that we are going to work together as partners to develop the area. And once you have those assurance, any investor that coming in will also feel comfortable to deal with the people. And that place is a huge tourism potential, because there are times, you know, where my house is, I can drive and just come and park by the roadside and just watch these diplomatic nations, their vehicles pass by because of their number plates. So you can just know
exactly
the number, and they come in their numbers with their families. It's now because of this COVID-19, I don't see them. But formerly, they come in their numbers. And when you follow up to go and look at some of the facilities that they patronize, you marvel. But the thing is that that is what they have, and that is what they are making use of. Right. So if we develop the place properly, and we develop it into a tourism hub, where when you come, anything you want, you can. Even for JMO here, I was telling somebody that that place alone, we can use it to attract a lot of people. People want places where they can sit and ease tension.
Exactly.
So if you have a place like that, and you have a very nice ferry, a very small one, convey people to that small island over there, where you have rivers surrounding and enclosing you, and the sea is in front of you. A beautiful serene. Just be there, relaxing, with some very good music, of course. And we have a lot of musicians along the coast in that area. So to me, yes, I'm happy that you've also seen the tourism potential in the area. And that is one of the areas that we want to advocate, talk to government and other agencies around to come and develop it. You don't need to travel far.
Okay. Now let's come to we are in COVID-19 times, and we cannot have this discussion without COVID-19. You've spoken about some interventions that you've done and all that. Let's look at the readiness of the constituency and your plan, because obviously if you should win this year, the rest of the coming years would be in your lair. And it has been indicated by the World Health Organization, it was communicated by the Health Ministry just last week that COVID-19 is here to stay. It is not a message of doom. It is a message to keep us on our toes and to also keep us prepared, to psych us to change our way of living, to adjust and adapt to this new system. In your own space, what do you think would be the right thing or the appropriate thing to do to gear or prepare a constituency for the coming years living with COVID-19?
You see, these protocols that have been laid down for all of us, I believe should be part and parcel of us. It should be part of our daily routines. The only thing is that we are all not very comfortable with those marks. But for now, that is what we have to use until researchers and health practitioners comes out to tell us that there's a new way of doing things. Keeping social distance, because of the way the disease is transmitted, I think is something that we need to take it seriously. As I'm speaking to you now, a lot of people are not observing the social distancing. If we observe the social distancing very well, you realize that the nose masks, okay, you can only use it in places where there are a lot of, or it's difficult to practice social distance. So to me, going forward, these protocols need to be observed. Washing of hands, sanitizing your hands anytime you touch an unsure surface. I always say there is an unsure surface. This table, this is not my, it's not in my house. I'm not sure of it. So if I should touch it, I should say, it is an example I'm giving. I have to sanitize mine because this is not my abode. This is not where, even in your own house, when you are not sure, you sanitize. So we should make the sanitization key.
These are the basics that we have to adapt to.
But going forward, you see, with the WHO, the admission that they made last time that they is likely, that this disease has come to stay. It also means that if it has become part of the diseases that we know already, and it is here to stay with us, then we should also prepare for it. Because when it becomes severe, we've been told that we will need ventilators. What are we doing now? If it's going to stay with us for long, it means that then a lot more people will be affected, and some will get to the stage where they will need ventilators. In our hospitals, our polyclinics, our clinics, the cheap compounds, what are we going to do to make sure that we get ventilators at those places? In case somebody becomes severely ill as a result of the coronavirus, we can take care of that person properly. So if it's a disease that is coming to stay, then I think our Ghana Health Service also need to look at the hospitals holistically and make sure that if formally they think that only few people need ventilators, so we just need to acquire just a small and place them in vantage hospitals. This time, if this has become part of us, then it's going to be like malaria. So we should also put in measures. Because malaria, any clinic, any pharmacy you get to, you understand me? You can't get malaria drugs. That's in that same way, this one, we don't have the drugs. So the things that we need to support people's life must also be provided in almost every hospital.
There's been lots of, people. A lot of people have been laid off in the wake of COVID-19. If it's here to stay, does this mean that we are going to lose more jobs? And if this is what it means, what would you do for your constituency to ensure that a rising population, a constituency that is growing, it's continuously growing, would not lag in terms of employment?
You know, my brother, the disease is at its early stages. That is why they say it's novel. We don't know much about it. There isn't much literature about it. And that makes it scary. And it is out of that certain measures have been put in place to protect all of us. I don't think that those things will be there as we go along, because now people are researching, people want to know more about the behavior of the virus and so forth. Vaccines are being developed across the world. So maybe there will be something. And, you know, people are being laid off simply because of this social distancing. And people are also not permitted to live their normal lives. Maybe somebody would like to go to the restaurant to go and eat. Now they say you can't sit at the restaurant. So if you can't sit at the restaurant, what is the need of the waiter? You understand me? You have to go home. And these are, challenges that for now we are confronted with. I don't think that those challenges will be there maybe going into next year or 2 years, 3 years to come.
I think
if the disease...
I think we should brace ourselves for the unknown. We never expected COVID-19. We didn't expect that these would be the repercussions. We were hopeful that, you know, there would be a vaccine.
Here. And what I'm saying is that it is here, it is new to us. We are researching, we want to know more about it, how it behaves and so forth. So as we research, definitely solutions will come out.
Right.
So it doesn't mean that if today we are losing jobs, then tomorrow we'll also lose jobs. That is all that I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And enough on the constituency. I believe that the best candidate should win come December election.
And the best candidate is me. So let your wish come to me.
All right. Now let's look at what's trending in the new Crusading Guide. The major headline here says that new voters register blues. Attacks on on EC needless, says the Peace Council. The story is on pages 3 and 10 of the new Crusading Guide. Before I do a read into it, you're a party faithful. You're very faithful to it. You say you love the NDC. Now, over the last week, we realized the NDC coming up with proclamations that the EC is teaming up with the NIA and the NPP to rig the December elections. Where from this finding?
What you just read, you say it's coming from the Peace Council?
Yes, the Peace Council.
That the attack on the EC
is needless.
And who is attacking EC?
Well, we've seen shots. I don't want to.
It's a question I'm asking. You see, who is attacking EC? The mere fact that a commission is doing something and you are talking about it and you are saying that the direction that you are going is not good. Is it an attack? The mere fact that EC want to do a new voter register and NDC is saying that there's no need for new voter register because what we have has proven or has stand the test of time and we are still using it to do things that we are getting the results. So why the need to change it? If we are raising these questions, does that make us, or does that may constitute an attack on the EC? You know, at times Peace Council and other bodies that we have put in place to help the country, I don't think that they do their work.
Okay, let's hear what the Peace Council says. It says, well, let me read. The General Secretary of the National Peace Council, Mr. George Amo, has affirmed the independence of the Electoral Commission, urging all stakeholders, especially political parties, to allow the state body to execute its constitutional mandate. Mr. Amo admonition follows. No, Mr. Amos, yes, admonition follows a barrage of attacks on the EC by the National Democratic Congress after the state electoral body submitted a constitutional instrument to Parliament to pass a legislation that will enable citizens to use a Ghana card and a passport for registration into the voters' register. The EC had scheduled the registration for 18th April, but was compelled to postpone for all important exercise due to the lockdown measures instituted by the government to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. And so, this is it.
Is it, my brother? Is it? So, if an institution has, as we call, okay, an independence, and that institution deals with other people, Dr. Afarijan did something.
Yes.
When he realized that he cannot take out the political parties in his work, he instituted the HIPAC. That's more or less a body that advises him from the politician's point of view.
Yes.
So that his decisions are taken, are guided by those views. Yes, the independence of the Electoral Commission does not mean that they can go ahead, whatever that comes into mind, then they will go and do it in the name of independence. We are not accountable to anybody. No, they are accountable to the political parties.
No, is the EC accountable to the political parties?
He is accountable to the political parties.
I
am saying it.
You are saying it.
Yes, that is accountable to the political party. Why am I saying that?
Right. How and why?
The elections that the EC is going to conduct is not going to conduct it in space. The EC is going to conduct or is going to supervise an elections that involves political parties. And when you are dealing with political parties, you need to seek their views on certain things. It is not always what you think that may be the right thing. And moreover, voter register, we have one. We did it in 2012. When we did the voter register in 2012, we tested it. There was a test voting before we even went into the election. And when we went into the election, we all knew, we were in this country, we saw the challenges that came up. Some places the machine have to break down, we have to wait and continue the election the following day. We've gone through all these challenges. Now, the system has been perfected. It is working very well. We use it for 2016 elections. We did not hear of people queuing to vote the next day.
But there were incidences.
We have used it.
Incidences where
we have used it
there
to
was
create.
a need for manual verifications.
We have used it to conduct an elections that sees to it that we created new regions. We have used it for a district assembly elections this year to elect over 5,000 assemblymen. So all these things that we have done within this period, and you are telling me that the register is not credible, and if you use it to conduct another elections, the elections will not be credible. What about those elections that you have already held? Are they credible? You see, seems to me that they don't know what they are doing. Today they say this, tomorrow they change.
Does the NDC
in the wake of all these things, initially they told us that even what they are going to do, if they bring in the new machines, the new registration kits, if you have your old voter ID card, when you go, you will not join the normal queue. You just present it, you put your fingers, if you are verified, your details are transferred. That's what he said. Your details will be transferred onto the new register. How come that you send a CI to Parliament and you did not include the voter register? What is the rationale? That's why I'm saying that they don't seem to know what they are doing. They say this today.
The voters ID
you remember their director of operation recently said it on Newsfile that they have procured PPEs. What did they come out to say with their press release? That they have not procured anything. So are you telling me that the director of operation doesn't know what he's talking about? These are a bunch of people who are confused. They are totally confused. And Peace Council, I'm expecting Peace Council to tell them to their face that where they are leading this country, it will plunge all of us into chaos. That is what they should have told them. They shouldn't come back rather to attack the NDC for reviewing things that EC should have done. Because we have a convention. Yes, it is not backed by law. But like I said, the HIPAC has been there for so many years, and most of the reforms that we have seen in our electoral processes came from IPAC. It is through their suggestions that the Electoral Commission then did most of these reforms. This current biometric register that we have, that we are seeking to, it is political parties who agitated for it. If you remember, after the register had been compiled, NPP then, who are in the government now, when they were in the opposition, they said that if EC doesn't have verification to it, then there wouldn't be any vote. That's why nobody sees it as an attack. When there was slogan in this country, no verification, no vote. Didn't you hear it? So this hypocrisy must stop in this nation. We should call a spade a spade.
Now,
stop this behavior.
What is actually you're mentioning confusion amongst the EC. Now, from the beginning of the mentioning of compilation of a new voters register, the NDC has vehemently, formerly it was the Inter-Party Coalition Against the Voters Register. It was led by the NDC, which vehemently kicked against the compilation of a new voters register. Now, the premise for the contradiction or retaliation, yes, that's right. Retaliation was about time and is it finance also at the time, because it was too close to the elections.
Yes.
Now it is a different view. It is about COVID-19 and placing priorities and whatnot. What is actually the argument?
It is not about COVID-19. COVID-19 just came into the picture.
Right.
Our argument has always been that's one, the timing is wrong.
Okay.
Because they argue that EC argues that even the current register that we have was compiled in an election year. And yes, it was compiled in an election year, but we completed it in May. And we are in May now. I hope you are getting me. But even that, we completed it in May, we test case it, and yes, still, we had challenges in 2012. You don't know, as we are speaking today, Electoral Commission has no idea when they will start the compilation of the register. Do you know? I don't know. Your cameraman doesn't know. None of us in this room knows when they are going to start. And you are telling me that time is on our side? Is time on our side? Election is just 6 months away. We have June, July, August, September, October, November. 7 December, we are running elections. 6 months. When are you going to compile the list of voters, which of course, initially they came out that they are going to do it in clusters. And each cluster will have 4 polling stations. And they are going to spend 10 days in each polling station. That was when they brought the date of 18th April 2020. Now, what they are telling us is that the clusters are going to be 5 polling stations. They are still maintaining the 40 days. So it means that each polling station will have 8 days to register. Do you know the meaning of it?
What does it mean?
It means that people have to struggle to get their names onto the register. And when people are struggling to get their name onto the register, you know the chaos that will come with it.
Now that has been, ameliorated by the idea of using the NIE, as verification. So perhaps the process would not be, as you're saying, than the passports as well, the Ghana national passports.
You see,
does your case still stand in this case?
Yes, our case still stands. Because NIA has come out by their director, Kenatefua, came out clearly that there is no way their system can be used in compiling voter register. It came out. It's not me who said it. The videos are there.
I mean, the cards will be used as verification.
No.
How is that impossible?
The cards to be used as verification, okay, should be among other cards, not that card alone. In the first place, do we even have a Ghana card?
Well, the NIA started rolling it out.
Do we have a Ghana card? The NIA card, when it is in your hands, do you see Ghana card?
Well, it's an ECOWAS.
So what are we talking about? If I say the people who are managing this state for us are confused. They don't know what they are talking about.
But the passport still stands.
Which passport? How many people have passport? In this room, if you ask your people, how many of them have got passports? And a card that is widely circulated, that everybody is having it. Why do you want to throw that one away? The voter ID card, I have it, you have it. Everybody in this room have it. Why do you want to throw that away and go and take a passport that we are not in? And the passport, if somebody is holding a Ghana passport, what is the guarantee that that person is a Ghanaian?
It's the same way.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Is it not?
Because if I'm going to acquire passport, they require my birth cert. You understand me? So it means that if we want to prove that somebody is a Ghanaian, the first document to look at is your birth cert. Isn't it? Because it is on your birth cert that you have your parents' name,
but,
the hospital that you were born.
There are different ways of becoming.
No. It's not that there are different ways. You see,
so if you've become a citizen through marriage, or by registration or other means, the birth cert is not the only.
So why are you eliminating all those documents and you are relying on passports and Ghana card, or the so-called Ghana card? Why? Why don't you go to the source documents?
Well, you may have a good point. The NDC may have a very good point, but it is being called a tax because with all these concerns, you see, you know there is an appropriate institution to lobby to if you so believe that the EC is not going according to. Why? Yes. Yeah.
Which appropriate institutions are you referring to?
We have the law courts. Why haven't you taken the whole situation to the law court for the courts to determine?
We've sent petitions. We've sent petitions. Even the presidency, we sent petition there. We sent petitions to all the way. We even had a meeting.
What were in the petitions?
Our reasons why we are objecting.
The same reasons.
The same reasons.
Timing.
Objecting. Yes. Timing, cost, and other issues that we have raised. These are the same things that we have carried along. And we have never changed our stand. The COVID argument came in because of social distancing and the mode of transmission. And you know, when we are going to do this biometric, that one you can't wear gloves, so you have to put your fingers on it. And even if you should sanitize it with the alcohol for some time, if you don't take care, it will not. Because if you've watched, if you sanitize your hand immediately and you want even to touch your screen, it doesn't work. Your phone, if it is a touch screen and you are trying to, it doesn't work because of the alcohol in your hand, unless it dries up.
The touch screen works differently from the fingerprint scanner.
The screen is a screen.
Yes, but they don't work the same.
No, listen though, what I'm saying is that even if you have water in your hands, your hands are not properly dry, and you place it on the...
Yes.
You understand me? At times, it doesn't pick.
Yes.
So all these challenges are there. But that one aside, our substantive reasons that we have given, they are the ones that we are championing. As for COVID, whether it has come to stay, whatever it is, it will pass that stage.
So what has been the response of the petitions to the courts and even to the president? What has been the response from?
We've not had any response from any of them. We've not had. Even Christian Council, what's the Peace Council that they are talking now. Ask them whether they've responded to the petitions. Because they also have one. Ask them. You know, people are hypocrites in this country.
Why do you say that?
I'm saying that simply because when things are happening that they need to talk about, they don't talk about it. When NDC speaks, then that's when they will talk. And that has been their modus of operandi. Things are going on in this country, flying left and right. When we are talking about it, then everybody is quiet. They will not say it. When you go away, then you come and tell us that we are attacking EC. Who is attacking EC? Who is attacking EC? The mere fact that they are doing something which we believe that it is not right and we are pointing out to them, does that constitute an attack?
Then, you know, the frequency, I mean, you've petitioned to the presidency, you've petitioned to the courts as well.
You see, going to court is the last resort.
Yes, it's the last resort.
Yes.
And
we are using all the means available to us. We've done demonstrations, we've done so many things.
And you've taken the ultimate decision by petitioning to the courts. Why not wait for a response? Then, because at the end of the day, the EC
and they stop what they are doing.
Yes. They will not
stop what they are doing.
That is it.
Yes, they've not stopped. So far as they've not stopped what they are doing, we'll also not stop talking.
To what extent?
To the extent that they will listen.
And the EC, the EC may only listen, but you can, even the IPAC can only suggest, but not impose to the EC.
And that is where
of a political party?
And that is where EC is capitalizing on it. Oh, we are independent. We are independent. My brother, the independence that we are talking about, if we don't do the right things today, tomorrow that independence will be taken away from you. If you don't do the right things today, tomorrow that independence can be taken away from you.
Does the EC's vehemence to compile a new voters register
what EC is trying to do
that they intend to rig the 2020 elections
for chaos?
How?
What they are trying to do is a recipe for chaos. I've already demonstrated that to you.
Yes, and then as
you see, everybody want to be part, or most people want to be part of the elections. The timing that you set for registration, you've reduced it from 10 to 8 days per polling station. 10 to 8 days per polling station. The current biometric machines that we have, their maximum, is I think around 120 per day or so, which means that each polling station can register about 120 people per day. You've reduced the time from 10 days to 8 days. It means that 240 people will not be on the register. Have we taken that into consideration? So if these people also want to be on the register, and we've all congregated to register our names, do you know the chaos that would bring? I hope we have not forgotten in 2012 when we were doing the registration. Didn't we hear pockets of places where there were fights all over the country? Didn't we hear that?
Right.
And you want us to take us when we have passed that stage. And the arguments that they are raising is neither here nor there. That there are dead people, do they vote? If you are dead, can you come back to vote? You know, so if we have dead people,
don't you think that the names of dead persons in the register, amongst others, obviously will constitute in a bloated register that would, in a way, affect the credibility of the register?
How can that be? If we have 1 million people on the register, and they said they are all there, but when we are doing elections, let's say 400 people come and vote. Does that change the credibility of the votes? This is simple logic. Let the numbers be there. Even if the whole register, 80%, if 80% are dead or are ghosts, and the 20% truly represent the people who are really residing, and they come and vote, what is wrong with that?
Now, I'm trying to find out why the NDC is saying that, you know, the EC's refusal to listen to them indicates that they attempt to connive with the NIA and the NPP to rig 2020 elections.
You see, since we started this Fourth Republic, all the electoral commissioners that we have had have been listening to the political parties, their views. Even in compiling CI that they lay before Parliament, they involve the political parties. Although it is not the political parties that have the final say. Whenever they are going to lay a CI, they let the political parties to bring their legal experts, at least a person each from the political parties. Together with EC legal teams, they sit down and they discuss the CI. What should go in and what should not go in. This has been the practice. Yes, it is not backed by law. The mere fact that it is not backed by law does not mean that you can't go ahead with it. So when you truncate that process,
the mere fact that they are instituted to also advise mean that...
No, you see, but a practice is a practice. It is something we've been practicing over the years, and it has lured into all of us our advantage. You understand? The political parties feel that they have a say in that bill. EC2 thinks that they have autonomous, and they are the sole people to do it. Yes, nobody is questioning that. But the stakeholders, the people that CI is coming to govern them, did you involve them? Even in this nation, the executive cannot just get up and do things. That is why when the
executive is directly answerable to the other...
Listen, please, let me finish with my point first. The executive, cannot just get up with all the powers that we have invested in them. They cannot just get up and say today we are passing this law.
That is due process backed by law.
It must be
exactly.
Yes. No, it is backed by law. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Because we have the parliamentarians there, and they have to take the things to Parliament for Parliament to go through it.
Vet and approve. Yes.
Simply what I'm saying is that, even if the executives have to go through that process, to get certain things done. You, Electoral Commission, and you are dealing with people. You are dealing with political parties. Political parties who have interest in what you are doing. Do you think they will fold their arms for you just to write anything and do anything? So your independence, for us not to question you on the things that you are doing, get us involved. Let us see what you are doing. You know, elections is all about trust. Elections is all about trust. And the processes that we go through, if at one point the trust is broken, the end result will be disputed. And that is the main reason why you need to carry all the political parties along. Yes, it is your mandate to do it. But whatever you are going to do will affect political parties as well.
Is the NDC going to dispute the results of the 2020 elections if it doesn't go in its favor?
With what is going on, if EC maintains this trend, unless the results are called in our favor.
If it's called in your favor, there will be no dispute.
If it is called in our favor,
there will be no dispute.
Because what they are doing, we are sensing danger. We are sensing danger.
It's all this, what you are saying, it's all this an attempt to get, you know, the EC to come into the favor of the NDC.
No. It's not coming into our favor. Because if you have a ruling government, minister in charge of parliamentary affairs, majority leader, to stand on the political platform and tell the whole nation that if the register is not changed, then MPP is doomed. And if the register is changed, NDC will never come to power again, or will never see power again. Then as a political party, EC comes out to say that they are changing voter register, and I should be happy about it.
So this is where the bone of contention
lies. It means that they have deliberated on the issue at a higher level. Because Honorable Chemi Sambo is not an ordinary person in NPP.
I want to understand the facts of what you just said.
And recently, Honorable Kennedy Achampo has also come out to say that the NDC has 1.5 million people. By what assertion? How did they know? And if you know those people, that the NDC have 1.5 people on the register, why don't you take them out? If you think that they are not eligible to be there. You know, so we need to be serious in this nation. People like that, making comments like this, and you want us to sit down and fold our arms and watch them. And if we are talking about it, Peace Council will come and tell us that we are attacking GC. Where is the attack?
You mentioned
have we killed anybody? Have we slapped anybody?
Certainly not. But
yes, we are using legal means to talk about the issues. And you come and tell us that it is an attack. When all these things are going on, you don't see what they are doing. When somebody will go and stand on the platform and say that if the register is not changed, or if the register is changed, NDC will not come to power again. And they want to change the register, then you want me to be quiet about it. So if we are saying that the NIA, the EC, and the government have connived to rig the elections, these are the basis on which we are standing.
These are the basis on which you are standing. You mentioned that some executives who said that if the register is changed, it's not changed, then the NPP is doomed, which means that there is something in it for the NDC. Now, if the register is not changed,
my friend, no, I will not agree with you on that analogy. No. He said, he who alleges must prove.
Yes, you just said
yes.
It. You allege.
I'm not alleging. It is what they have said.
Okay.
It is based on what they have said.
Yes.
I'm just repeating what they have said to you.
Right.
So, for you to stand on that and draw a conclusion that then there is something in it for the NDC, I will not agree to that. What is there in it for the NDC? The registration was carried out across the nation.
This is what
people went there to be captured onto the system. And it's not me who is saying it. In 2012, are you not in this country? Didn't you go to register? Is your name not on the register? So why are you telling me that I'm saying that? Your name is on the register because you went to the police station. They should come out and tell us the names of people who are on the register who didn't go to police station. They should tell us.
Right.
You know, so at times, we allow people to create unnecessary tension in this country. Because this is very clear. If the person is dead, like they are saying, if my mother is dead, my father is dead, I have uncles and aunties who are also dead, but all of them, their name is dead. Will they come and vote?
Do you believe in
Certainly not.
Do you believe in the Electoral Commission?
With J. Minsan as the head, I don't believe it. J. Minsan, Bossman, the leadership there. The leadership there, current leadership, I don't believe them. And I don't trust them a bit.
Because she was appointed in the reign
No. It's not because they were appointed. Because whatever be the case, somebody have to appoint them per the constitution.
So you only trust
when you are appointed, you live in the office the way you are supposed to live. You don't do the bit of people. You don't do the bit of people. Who appointed you? You serve Ghana. And what those leadership there now are doing, they are not serving Ghana.
And so you don't
Somebody like Bossman will come and say that the NDC is a threat to democracy in this country. You know, and when people make this kind of comments and you want us to be comfortable with them, no, certainly not. We can't be comfortable with them.
Okay.
So every move that they want to make, we will scrutinize it, we will talk about it. And when we are talking about these things and you are saying that it is an attack on them, I don't know what you are talking about. Does this constitute an attack? Because the people involved have made public pronouncements that they dislike the NDC.
If you base on certain facts to say that the EC is conniving with other entities to rig the 2020 elections, is that not a threat to democracy?
How?
Telling Ghanaians that the EC intends to rig the elections, is that not a threat to democracy?
It's not a threat.
Are you not discrediting the EC to the entire populace?
No, they have discredited themselves. The leadership of EC have discredited themselves. It is not the NDC that is discrediting them. I'm not the one who forced Bossman to come out to say that the NDC is a threat. I'm not the one who forced Sribo to come out with all the statements that they have made. I'm not the one who forced Honorable Jemi Sambosu, to come and tell the whole nation that if the register is not changed, then MPP will never win power. I'm not the one. I'm not the one who told Kennedy at Japan to come and tell us that there are 1.5 million people on the register.
Okay.
That NDC is taking advantage of. I'm not the one who forced it. And I'm saying that all these things from the government side, from the EC side, and from National Identification Authority, when you put the pieces together, you see the connivance to rig the election. Simple as that.
Right.
Because of their own utterances.
Okay. Now, what would the NDC do in this stance? You see possible rigging of the election.
I've told you, NDC is a law-abiding political party. We brought the democracy into the fourth. I'm talking about the fourth Republic.
Yeah.
We brought it into force, and we have said many, many times that we will do all that we can to make sure that anybody who wants to circumvent the will of the people will resist that person, as our national anthem says. And we will not relax on this. We will not relent on it. We will make sure that we defend the Constitution, and we will defend it even if it means that we have to be killed for defending it. We'll do that.
Right.
As we are talking, we are using the legal means possible. We've done what we have to do. Still, we have options. The costs are there for us. We've not explored that yet. We are still agitating. We are still talking. Maybe we will go to the law court when we realize that the GC is adamant, because it is our right.
Have you not had enough indication to realize that the EEC is remaining adamant?
Yes, they are adamant.
To have gone to the court already?
No. We still believe that there's room to talk. And that is what we are doing.
Okay.
It's rather unfortunately that when Peace Council decided to come into they came with the wrong attitude.
Okay. Honorable Akwaku, my producer has indicated that some people are already calling. They want to speak to you. I think it will be fair we announce the phone lines for the remaining 12 minutes or so. But I'll open the phone lines for just 10 minutes. If you want to speak to Honorable, you can call us 0559792497. The numbers are the base of your television set. Honorable Alexander Akwaku is my guest for the newspaper review segment. He's a parliamentary candidate for the Botiano English Amanfo constituency under the ticket of the NDC, and we've been having a discussion by far. Honorable, now as and when callers come, we'll hold on with the conversation so they can speak. Now, what would be the ultimate if you've gone to the courts and all that, and the rulings do not go in your favor? At that time, you would have run out of options. What would be the ultimate option? Would you boycott the 2020 elections?
When we get to that bridge, we'll know how to cross it.
All right, so we have a first call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Tabata Jonas, calling from Bole Bamboy district.
Okay, let's hear you, Jonas.
Yes.
Jonas, TV volume should be down. Jonas.
Okay. And I wish that the editing analyst should be there. Why are they afraid? Or are they afraid of our JM?
Okay. Jonas, thank you very much. Jonas, thank you. Yeah. Hello, you have a next caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
I'm calling. It's just from Kaswanyano.
Joshua, I wish I could hear you very clearly. Can you speak up for me?
Yes, my name is Jeshron.
Okay, all right, Jeshron from Kaswanyano. Let's hear you. All right.
Me party be one can say be at the cafe who a party for never paying Ghana.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jeshron. And so
does it mean the EC is listening to the executive? That is the fear of the NDC.
Right.
But there are a lot of precedents. And the EC was asked in November at Parliament that will you be using the voter register, the card as the requirement? And the EC said yes. November, and we are in somewhere May. You've just made a U-turn. So why did you make the U-turn?
Okay.
That is our question, Adama, your friend.
Thank you very much, Malik Adam. One of our callers was indicated that the voters' ID card has been an essential and identity form for Ghanaians. When you go into some institutions, this has become the prima facie evidence that you are a Ghanaian, and that the political parties shouldn't worry, and that whoever wins, Ghana wins. You share in that ideology, don't you?
Yes, I share in that ideology that every Ghanaian should be given the opportunity to register if they so wish to be on the voter register. I share that one totally with them. And I want to add that the NDC, we are not going to sit down for anybody to be disenfranchised. What we have said is that there's no need for a compilation of a new voter register.
Okay.
And our point is very clear. We election year, we do what we call limited registration.
Exactly.
For people who have 10, 18 years, for people who for one reason or the other, they were not around when the last registration was conducted. those people will be given the opportunity to register before the elections.
All right.
So you have no problem at all. You can still get the card.
Right.
What we are against is the match to do by saying that.
Hello, good morning. Please reduce the volume of your TV set. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Am I speaking to Adwa?
Yes, please. You're live on air. Go on.
Am I speaking to Adwa Chemi?
You are live on air. Please go on. All right, let's speak to our next caller. I'm sorry I have to drop your call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, I'm the gentleman who just spoke earlier.
Okay, just run. Yes, let's hear you.
Say, concerning the food prices of
okay.
President John Agnew for my day, I registered it. I didn't get it. Recent one again, I also registered it. I didn't get it. And now, if I'm not able to have access to the voter's ID card, what shows that I'm a Ghanaian? Is it just the name? Travel outside. I need my Ghana card. Should I involve in an accident? I need my Ghana card. Should I involve in an accident? I need a voter's ID. Proof that this guy here is a Ghanaian. What is easy? What is NIA waiting for? To bring out this card for we Ghanaians that are traveling, going here and there. I can't just travel with no ID card. I think there's real thing about it and allow the mass and registration and let Ghanaians go and have the card and do it. That's be the best.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And just run. And so, all right. Let me speak to my last caller. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Kweku from Nigeria.
Okay, Kweku, let's hear you.
My name is Kweku. I want to talk about the NPC and the new register. I don't understand what you're doing. I don't understand it at all. The NPC says that is so good, and they also know because when the Chateau Jose was leaving, she said something about that. What is wrong for them? What is wrong for Ghana to have a new register? No, the same thing they did when the government started the new the identification card. They said they want to see the election. That's what they're doing. But the ID card is going to help the nation. Because now we are growing number. It's very hard for people for people to identify without the card. When
all right. Hello. Okay. So unfortunately, we lost you. We've come to a wrap. Honorable, before we go, I don't know if you would want to respond to some of the queries and the call. The last caller was asking why we can't allow for the compilation of a new voters register. I know your concerns, but I believe you would.
Elections, we've gone ahead even to do by-elections we did after the 2016 election. And all these things, EC has come out to tell us that they recommended. You know, so if you have such a huge efficiency, the machines that you call obsolete can perform that magic for you. Why do you want to change it? It's just a waste of taxpayers' money. That is all. If it is not about local fuel, I don't see the need that they want to do this register.
Right.
It is either they want to rig it or somebody want to get chop.
All right, Honorable, thank you very much for coming. I won't let you go without saying your last words. I know you will have something to say to your constituents. This will be the time.
Yeah, let me take this opportunity to thank all of them for their support. We are still in the COVID-19, and I'll plead with them that they should take the protocol seriously. All right, we've done some nose marks that we are sharing to the constituents. This morning, as I was coming, because I was late, I couldn't stop. I saw a lot of people by the at the bus stop.
Exactly.
Some of them are in their nose marks, some were not. Normally, when I see it like that, I get down and distribute nose marks to them, at least so that we protect ourselves. And I will plead with them they should not make that mistake that they want to see a patient of COVID-19 before they believe it. I know they don't do that. I'm saying this because as I was coming, I gave one person I know, I gave him lift, and he asked me, say, Honorable, I told him, yes, it is true. For somebody to ask that person, it means that the person is contemplating that the disease is not there. You know, I have not seen anybody in this country who has the disease, but I know the disease is there. I don't need to see to believe it. So I'm just and put it in the washing bin. If you can wash, brought so many things to a standstill. You see your brother, you can't even hug him. If I'm my conscience, say, come and help me with the campaign. Let's do the campaign together for a good cause, so that we can have the necessary development.
My friend, this way is a taxi driver at the Block Factory taxi rank. He convinced people from Block Factory to all the way to the top. He says I should tell you that of the NDC. We were supposed to have been joined in by an NPP parliamentary candidate as well for the NPP in Korle constituency, Mr. Prince Apia Deborah. But unfortunately,
Supa na wanya pomuden se wo benum nso a hwe hu se eye mega purified mineral water eye nso a yeto ne baby pasa so ne so se kroje se wonya mega purified mineral water bogu ubu a wo see you manum nsupa mega mineral water de edanso esan say the modern technology so na ye ede ne nkabia ne atri mega purified mineral water bacteria na mhen wa bewrem eye very hygienic obia di wadanse mega mineral water neatly packaged for 500 ml bottles na wani bosua na okon donsio wo benya mega purified mineral water to bebia to phone call dodo wa amount 40 per junction and now for 05070554009 and now 055392188 mega purified mineral water akona kono.
Fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Borges extra virgin olive oil, best for salad dressing. A little of Borges classic olive oil will make delicious meals. Borges with garlic, excellent for your girls. Make your meals healthy with Borges.
I maintain a healthy life with Borges olive oil.
Borges olive oil, the very best always.
One peswa honomono, eho etisenye. Brodon so ho awoteno, ehon so etisenye. On my munanka sawoteno, ehon so etisen eni. Insembidiko, insembi editi. Timemu for etipento kwato santino kotua ba wo hwe ne mo kwan se aka kendifo wo be yi won ebetumi aboa ama man no etumi etumpon eso akendifo ebegidwa no etena so a na chese sebia so timemu foto a wotua no wode wasa wonsrem insembidiko insembi editie we intine ho behia se memende biada wo brabo non kron e wo wudon no so sei ken woni me ebo Adoatv kase fidie so wo bra ye to nsa afra manyofo a wo do manyosem akotin wona biahye wonim di ankasa etwetwe nkomo wabra ye to nsa afam umahye bedwemni no mesini kracho wo honom ye betutu na no na achesen sema edika editie no ya toto ho sere ene abasa e wo kasefidi eso me a mate ne dwemu edijimedi ho chia me edi amede so ene political baby face.
John, ufi nyinyo. Wow, edeyefe, edi wabwejuma. I check ufi na, oyefe wankasa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing sheets aba bebre nice keke. Why na kacheo? Asatek roofing sheet die, enye nice keke o. With the border swa echeyi, enri na chen. Na iwo kalesa hudo fe bebre. No mu free roofing sheet no die. Unya da swa ejire supampe. Utumi so chiro mo se ne ope roofing sheet no. Ni twa de sama pepepe. Mama po Asatek money there. One technical advice ni. Professional installers and so on your on-site installation. Oh yes, quality nebo da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na musa kan order. Na wa year after sales service papa binso. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatek Watakrade Anaji, Yene Princeland Hotel and the Shirimu, and the Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly Kwino so ha.
For Monday morning here on Adoatv, it's time for some sports updates. And my name is Samuel Kusiapi. Of course, I believe you're staying safe as far as the fight against COVID-19 is concerned. Okay, today we have some news, or last week we had some news coming in that the Ghana Football Association was considering their views and where the club stands on this new directive from the Ghana Football Association. Hello, good morning, Mr. Damoa. How are you?
Good morning. How are you too?
Hello. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Where does Bekum Arsenal stand on this new proposal that the Ghana Football Association has brought out?
Okay. Good morning, and thank you for having me on your show. The position of Bekum Arsenal zone is being restricted. You don't play to other zones, and when you have talent and you want to explore, or you want to buy other players from elsewhere, it becomes very difficult. And you know, once you are engaging in football and you want to make money from your talent, you have to get a wide range to play. So if we are to play an 18-club league and we are playing around the whole country, I think it's good. It helps you to sell your talent, because most scouts and other people, when they come to Ghana and they want to involve themselves in football, they only stay in Accra. So if you have the privilege to play elsewhere, apart from your zone, and you are playing across Ghana, I think it's good for you to showcase your talent. And you know, the problem we always have is money. And once you want to implement or roll out this particular league, and you can't support us financially, I think then you don't have to do it at all. But if they have the financial backing to set off this whole thing, I think we don't have any problem with it.
Okay.
But if it happens in a sense that we are already struggling, and we are playing it together with the FA Cup, and the monies involved are very small. So if you decide to play this 18-man league, and Bekum Arsenal is supposed to travel to Pando to play, and we don't have enough sponsorship and enough money to help us play these matches, some of us will end up pulling up from the league, and that won't be healthy, and it won't help us commercially. So I think if they intend to implement it, then they should have the financial muscles to help us to play. Other than that, it's a good idea. And I think it will help us in exporting talents and other things. You get good videos and quality sponsorship, because some of the sponsors are just, we are restricted in our zone. So you can't, when you have a sponsor that wants to invest for his brand to spread across Ghana, and you are only restricted to the north and the Boahafu zone, I think it's not good. It's not good. So once you are playing across Ghana and you can export talent and involve a lot of sponsorship and other things, I think it's good. But if they don't have the financial muscles, I think we shouldn't venture into that particular league at all.
Okay. Some of your colleague Division 1 football clubs think otherwise. What do you think are their reasons why they would oppose such a change?
Well, they are all afraid of the financial constraints that the club will go to. And once you start and you are playing this league, it's very difficult. The supporters won't understand. They always urge you to play, but they don't know the financial difficulties that you go in. So even the one that we are now playing, we are even having financial constraints. So if you want to expand this whole league, it creates fear into the other clubs. And remember, in our zone, we have some of the teams previously, some of the teams pulling up from the league. So if somebody is going to represent from Paga and is supposed to go to Pandu, and he doesn't, you are also playing in the middle of the week, and you have to go to Pandu and come back and play in Paga. I think it's very stressful. So a lot of clubs are afraid because of the financial constraints and burden that is going to happen to their clubs. So I think that's the main fear.
Okay, all right, okay. So if I understand you holistically, your club have actually considered all the necessary aspects of the game, and then you think that it is a good thing to accept, right?
Yes, only if they are going to cater for us financially.
Of course. Understood. All right, so what's new with Brekumas now? What is happening throughout the lockdown and the restrictions being lifted? Are you training? What is happening?
Yeah, ever since this virus came into existence, I think our club took it upon ourselves to respect the protocols and let our players go home. We are observing the social distancing and other protocols, so we don't allow them to train until further notice. And I think the club is doing great, and everything is in place.
Have you signed new players? Are some players leaving your club?
Yeah, players have left our club, obviously, when in the second round of the season, and we had wanted to recruit some new talents. But due to the virus, I think we should hold on. We've held on for a while until further notice.
Okay, Mr. Dama, thank you very much for speaking to us. We will come back to you once again for more updates on this same issue.
Thank you.
All the best to you and Brekum us now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so that was Mr. Hansu Damoa, the General Secretary of Brekum Arsenal. Now, on the same topic as in the 18 Club Division 1 League proposal, there has been some people speaking. Coach Bashir Hayford has also made a known that he thinks it's time that Ghanaian clubs are set to change. And there is Mr. Aiko, who also thinks that is a savior, not a killer. Meanwhile, we have Mr. Techi Ahin, a football administrator. He's popularly known as Tender, on the line to also speak to us. Hello, good morning, Mr. Tender. Welcome to Adoatv.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
And thank you very much for speaking to us. What is your stand on this new proposal from the Ghana Football Association, 18 Club Division 1 League?
Yeah, good morning, my brother, and good morning to your listeners. It's something that has been put in our regulations and our statutes. It was done by the normalization committee and approved soon by Congress. So I just don't know why people are still raising eyebrows. They should go and read Article 81.6. It has been accepted by Congress and then to be implemented in the next 2 years that are ahead of us. So I just don't know why people are raising eyebrows as if nothing happened and as if they were not in Congress. And I think Congress is so important and must be treated as such.
Yeah.
It's just much ado about nothing.
Do you think it's a deliberate attempt by some of clubs who do not or who think otherwise to just ignore this new change?
You know something? It's other people go to Congress and they will not listen to anything except the good that comes along with it. This thing was discussed at Congress, accepted. So I just don't know why people just want a broad bandage out of nowhere. Those agenda setters, I think the earlier the better we tell them to keep quiet, the better for them. All these are agenda setters. Because of one person, just give a dog a bad name and bring it. And I'll tell them to go and read. It's just a simple assignment. Read Article 81.6 and they'll stop making that noise.
Okay, I think we all want to achieve one thing, that is progress in our football. What do you think we can do for all these people or all the other people who have counter opinions to also come to terms with this new proposal so that football can progress?
No, but I do know something. If certain people need to accept the fact that we've campaigned already, the elections are over, and Ted Okerko is the next GSA president for the next 4 years. Oh, so that what? They should wake up from their slumber. People are not coming to tell that Ted is the GSA president. So let's throw anything to the dogs. It's to be educated and they need to read more. And they need to be abreast to the nitty-gritties of the rules and regulations and uncertainties. So they do that, they'll continue to wallow in their fantasy.
Okay, so in your opinion, it is not even about footballing reasons, but just because Kurt is the president and people can't accept it, that's why.
Yes, people just can't come to terms with it. It's the FA president. People just don't want to come to terms with that. But that's the reality of it. You other take it on your levels. So some of us will tell them that they should wake up from their slumber and accept the reality that is before their head. If you quarantine them for 1 month and then put the whole everything that settles into their head, you continue doing that kind of thing.
Okay, all right. Mr. Techai, thank you very much for speaking to us. We'll come back to you once more for more updates on this particular issue.
Thank you, my brother.
All the best.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Mr. Techai, a football administrator who does not mince words at all. In his opinion, some people can just accept the fact that Mr. Kurt E.S. Okerko is the F president, and so more or less a deliberate attempt to just oppose a proposal.